Listen to me carefully. I need you to hear this without arguing with it, without filtering it through disappointment or guilt, without measuring it against who you used to be. When you are tired now, you are not failing. You are not falling behind. You are not becoming less valuable. You are being invited. Your exhaustion is not an accusation against you. It is a doorway I am opening. You have lived long enough to confuse tiredness with defeat. You were taught for decades that strength meant pushing through, staying busy, proving your worth by what you could carry and how long you could carry it. You learned to ignore pain, silence emotion, and keep moving because others depended on you, and you did that well. I saw it all. I never missed a single unseen sacrifice. But hear me now. That way of living was never meant to last forever. Your body slowing down is not betrayal. Your mind needing more rest is not weakness. Your heart feeling heavier at times is not failure. These are signals, not condemnations. They are invitations from me, calling you out of endless striving and into sacred dependence. You were never designed to be self-sufficient. Not at 20, not at 40, and not now. You were designed to be sustained by me. I know you feel frustrated when your energy does not match your intentions. I know you feel embarrassed when you need help with things you once handled easily. I know you sometimes feel angry with yourself for not being able to bounce back the way you used to. But I am not disappointed in you. I am not measuring you against your past. I am not asking you to return to an earlier version of yourself. I am inviting you into a deeper way of living that does not rely on your strength at all. You see tiredness as a problem to solve. I see it as a signal to come closer. You see limits as loss. I see them as protection. I am teaching you how to stop drawing from wells that are dry and begin receiving from a source that never empties. The exhaustion you feel is not because you are doing too little. It is often because you have done too much alone for too long. There is a holy wisdom in knowing when to stop. There is courage in admitting you cannot do everything anymore. There is dignity in resting without shame. You are not less spiritual because you need rest. You are not less faithful because you feel depleted. In fact, your willingness to come to me tired is one of the greatest acts of trust you can offer. Do not compare this season to the years when you were strong and fast and busy. Those years served their purpose. They shaped you. They taught you. But this season has its own calling. Now I am drawing you into stillness, not because your life has less meaning, but because it has more depth. I am inviting you to stop performing and start abiding. I am not asking you to prove anything anymore. I am not impressed by how much you endure in silence. I am moved when you come to me honestly. I want you to bring me the tiredness you hide from others. I want you to bring me the fear you pretend not to feel. I want you to bring me the grief that surfaces when life grows quiet. This is not burdening me. This is what relationship looks like. You may feel like the world has moved on without you, but I have not. I am closer now than I was when you were busy and distracted. I am speaking more gently now because you are finally in a place where you can hear me. You do not need to rush anymore. You do not need to keep up. You need to stay with me. Let me be clear. This invitation is not about giving up on life. It is about learning how to live differently. It is about releasing the illusion that you must always be strong. It is about allowing me to carry what you no longer can. When you come to me exhausted, you are not quitting. You are consenting to be held. I know it feels uncomfortable to slow down. I know it feels unfamiliar to receive instead of produce. But this is where I meet you now. This is where peace begins to replace pressure. This is where joy returns quietly, without effort. This is where your value is no longer tied to output, but rooted in presence. Do not resist this invitation. Do not shame yourself for needing it. Do not rush past it to get back to doing. Sit with me here. Let me show you that your life is not over. It is deepening. Let me teach you that rest is not the absence of purpose, but the foundation of it. Your tiredness has brought you to the threshold of something holy. Step through it. I am here. Stay with me. Stay with me. Do not hurry past these words. I am not calling you to accomplish something new. I am calling you to remain. After a lifetime of striving, achieving, fixing, building, and holding everything together, I am asking you to learn the sacred strength of staying. This is not passivity. This is not surrendering to despair. This is choosing presence over pressure, trust over tension, and relationship over relentless effort. You were trained to believe that movement equals meaning. You learned that progress must always look like forward motion, measurable outcomes, and visible productivity. But now, in this season of your life, I am teaching you a deeper truth. Remaining with me is not standing still in defeat. It is standing firm in alignment. It is learning that life does not fall apart when you stop striving, but often begins to heal. I know how uncomfortable stillness feels to you. Silence leaves room for memories, regrets, unanswered questions, and grief you have kept busy to avoid. Striving gave you something to hold on to. It made you feel useful, needed, relevant. But hear me clearly. Your worth has never been measured by how much you do. Your value has always been established by who you are to me. Remaining with me means you stop running from the quiet. It means you let me sit with you in moments that feel empty, slow, or uncertain. It means you resist the urge to fill every hour with distraction just to feel alive. When you stay, I begin to speak in ways you could not hear when your life was loud. When you stay, I begin to restore parts of you that exhaustion and time have worn thin. You have spent years solving problems, carrying responsibilities, and making decisions that shaped others' lives. Now I am inviting you into a season where you do not have to carry everything anymore. Remaining with me means trusting that I am working even when you are not producing. It means believing that my presence is enough, even when you feel like you are not. Striving tells you that rest must be earned. I tell you that rest is received. Striving tells you that you must keep proving your usefulness. I tell you that you are already loved without condition. Striving whispers that slowing down means losing ground. I tell you that slowing down is how you regain your soul. Do not confuse remaining with me for doing nothing. Remaining requires courage. It requires you to face your fears without numbing them. It requires you to trust me when answers do not come quickly. It requires you to let go of control in ways you never had to before. But in this staying, I am teaching you how to breathe again, how to hope quietly, how to live without the constant weight of expectation. You may wonder what purpose looks like now. You may ask what you are meant to do with days that feel simpler and smaller. Listen to me. Purpose is no longer about output. It is about intimacy. It is about allowing me to shape your thoughts, soften your heart, and use your presence as a quiet testimony. You still matter deeply. You still influence more than you realize. But now your influence flows from who you are becoming, not what you are accomplishing. Remaining with me means you stop fighting your limits and start letting me work within them. It means you allow your prayers to be honest instead of polished. It means you sit with me even when you do not know what to say. I am not offended by your silence. I am not impatient with your questions. I am not distant because you feel uncertain. I am here, steady, faithful, unchanging. You have spent much of your life being strong for others. Now I am asking you to let me be strong for you. You do not need to rush ahead to secure the future. You do not need to replay the past to justify yourself. Remaining keeps you grounded in this moment, where grace is available and peace can settle into your bones. When you remain with me, I begin to untangle anxiety that has lived in you for years. I begin to quiet fears about what lies ahead. I begin to remind you that you are not walking into the unknown alone. I am already there. Staying with me anchors you in a truth that does not change with age, health, or circumstance. Let the world hurry. Let others strive. Your calling now is different. Your calling is to remain, to listen, to receive, to trust that I am still writing your story, even if the pace has changed. Do not leave this place of presence too quickly. Do not rush back into striving out of habit. Stay with me. This is where life becomes lighter. This is where your soul learns to rest. Come closer and listen without guarding your heart. You have given much more than you realize. Life has drawn from you steadily, quietly, year after year. Responsibilities, disappointments, losses, expectations, and time itself have taken their portion. You adapted, you endured, you learned how to keep going, even when parts of you were running on empty. But now I say to you, let me restore what life has drained from you. Stop assuming depletion is permanent. Stop believing that what has been lost can never be renewed. I know what you have carried. I know the nights you lay awake replaying conversations, decisions, and moments you wish had gone differently. I know the grief that comes in waves, sometimes without warning, when you remember people who are no longer here. I know the quiet sadness you feel when you realize certain chapters of your life are closed forever. I have not been absent from any of it. I have been collecting every tear, every sigh, every unspoken prayer. Restoration does not always look the way you expect. You think restoration means returning you to how things once were. I am not taking you backward. I am taking you deeper. I am not trying to recreate your past strength. I am forming a new kind of strength within you, one that does not rely on your body, your speed, or your certainty. This strength flows from my presence and is sustained by my spirit. You may believe you waited too long, gave too much, or lost too many years to hardship. Hear me clearly. Nothing given in love is ever wasted. Nothing endured with faith is ever forgotten. Even the seasons that felt unproductive were shaping your soul in ways you could not see. I am not restoring you because you earned it. I am restoring you because I am good and because I love you. There are places inside you that feel worn thin, hope that has faded, joy that feels distant, confidence that has been shaken by age, illness, or disappointment. I am not overwhelmed by these places. I am drawn to them. I move gently now because restoration at this stage of life requires tenderness, not force. I am not rushing you. I am rebuilding you slowly, layer by layer, breath by breath. Let me touch the parts of you that feel forgotten. Let me speak into the memories that still ache. Let me quiet the voice that tells you it is too late for renewal. Restoration is not bound by time. I exist outside of it. What feels impossible to you is not difficult for me. What feels empty to you is simply space I am ready to fill. I want to restore your mind with peace that steadies you when uncertainty rises. I want to restore your heart with joy that does not depend on circumstances. I want to restore your body with strength that comes from rest, not strain. I want to restore your spirit with hope that feels gentle yet unshakable. This restoration does not happen through effort. It happens through surrender. Stop trying to fix yourself. Stop criticizing what you can no longer do. Stop measuring your worth by comparison to others or to your former self. Let me define you now. Let me tell you who you are becoming. You are not fading away. You are being refined. You are not being set aside. You are being drawn closer. I know you fear that restoration will expose your vulnerability. I assure you, vulnerability is not dangerous in my presence. It is the doorway through which healing enters. When you allow yourself to be honest with me, when you stop pretending you are fine, I begin to pour into you what you did not even know how to ask for. There is still life ahead of you. There is still meaning in your days. There is still purpose woven into your presence. But first, you must let me restore you without resistance. Let go of the belief that you must stay depleted because that is what aging requires. Aging does not mean diminishing in spirit. It means shifting from outward strength to inward richness. Stay with me as I do this work. Do not rush the process. Restoration is not instant, but it is certain. Every moment you remain open to me, something is being renewed, something is being healed, something is being made whole again. Trust me. What life has drained I can restore, and I am not finished with you yet. Listen to me with a settled heart. I know how often you look back. I know how memory pulls at you, sometimes gently, sometimes painfully. You remember seasons when your body was stronger, your mind quicker, your future clearer. You remember dreams that were fulfilled and others that quietly slipped away. And in those reflections, you sometimes assume that the brightest parts of your life are already behind you. But I say to you now, do not measure light by youth or speed or visibility. Your latter days will carry greater light than your former ones, not because life will be easier, but because your soul will be deeper. The light I am speaking of is not the excitement of beginnings. It is the radiance of wisdom. It is the calm assurance that comes from walking with me through decades of uncertainty and discovering that I have never failed you. This light does not flash. It glows steadily. It does not demand attention. It quietly transforms everything around it. You carry this light now, whether you recognize it or not. You believe light must always look like opportunity and expansion. But the light I am placing upon your latter days looks like peace in the middle of change. It looks like clarity without urgency. It looks like love that no longer needs to prove itself. It looks like faith that has survived disappointment and still trusts me. This light is powerful precisely because it is not loud. You may feel that your influence has diminished because your circle has grown smaller. Hear me carefully. Influence is not measured by numbers. It is measured by depth. The words you speak now carry weight because they are seasoned by experience. Your presence carries comfort because it is unhurried. Your prayers carry authority because they are rooted in a lifetime of knowing me. You are not becoming irrelevant. You are becoming essential in ways the world often overlooks. Do not grieve what you can no longer do as if it defines your worth. I am not asking you to relive your past achievements. I am inviting you to live fully in the grace of now. There is a unique beauty in this season, one that does not rush, compete, or strive. It is the beauty of a life that has been shaped, softened, and strengthened by time and truth. Your latter days carry greater light because you no longer chase illusions. You see what matters. You know the cost of bitterness and have learned the value of forgiveness. You understand that control is fragile, but trust is strong. You have learned that presence is more powerful than perfection. This wisdom is light, and it illuminates paths for others, even when you are unaware of it. I know you sometimes fear the unknown ahead, health concerns, changing roles, the reality of mortality. I am not dismissing these fears. I am meeting you within them. The light I give you does not remove uncertainty, but it allows you to walk through it without being consumed. You are not walking toward darkness. You are walking toward me, and where I am, there is always light. Let go of the lie that your best has already been given. Let go of the fear that what remains is only decline. I am still working in you. I am still speaking through you. I am still revealing my faithfulness to you in new ways. The pace may be slower, but the work is no less meaningful. In fact, it is more refined, more intentional, more lasting. Your latter days are not a quiet fade into obscurity. They are a sacred season of reflection, blessing, and gentle influence. You are becoming a living testimony of endurance, grace, and hope. Others may not always say it, but they are watching how you live now, how you trust now, how you love now. Your life is still teaching. Stay with me as you step into this light. Do not cling to the past as proof of value. Let me show you the beauty of what is unfolding. I am not finished writing your story. The chapters ahead are filled with peace, presence, and purpose that does not depend on strength or achievement. Your latter days will shine, not because of what you do, but because of who you have become with me. And I will walk with you through every remaining moment, steady and faithful, until you see the fullness of that light.